Hey, what's up you guys, it's IAmTheLionRider, and welcome to today's video where we are going to be looking at the first two animal reveals for the Grasslands Animal Pack. And who's ready for some more controversy? Because guess what? Immediately they released the first one, and everyone hates it. So, let's go and check it out. So this was the teaser that they dropped pretty early in the morning in the United States, and it was like, ooh, what animal could it be? Who knows? And everyone knows it's the striped hyena, obviously. But actually, like, a lot of people I saw were somehow confusing this for a porcupine. I understand because the way the fur looks, it does look like a crested porcupine, but the coloring is way off. So and we knew that we're not getting a porcupine, so I don't know. I think maybe people are just like still like in denial about the Grasslands pack almost, and so like they just in their head are like, oh yeah, I forgot, like, and they just mentally prepared for a porcupine. But you know, here it is, the striped hyena, and you know, this looks okay, you know, like I understand why everyone was like, okay, this looks, you know, pretty solid for what it is. You can see the mane, like, you know, looks pretty good for the fur. And then we got the actual look at the hyena, and here it is. It's confusing, to say the least, about how everyone is interpreting this, and I think it's mostly just the pose, because this is a janky looking pose. I don't know who creates these like promo images for animal reveals on Twitter and stuff, but like they really need to like get someone else to do it, because they have never done a good job at showcasing the animals. Like, this goes way back to, like, you know, there was the Binturong controversy, and then later, you know, people were like, oh, the Dole looks too feminine. I remember that was like a thing that people were saying. The Amur leopard has sad eyes, and the, you know, it's always the posing of these images, and the framing of this particular image is the point of contention right now, because it looks weird. Not bad, just weird. And so people have been nitpicking, and unfortunately it's been nitpicking about stuff that I think is pretty much out of everyone's control right now, because we don't know what it'll actually look like in-game because of two major issues people have that are obstructed. So the main thing that people have an issue with is the neck of the striped hyena. Striped hyenas have very, very thick, hunched necks. They have like a very, you know, overarching neck that is a bit much, and you can't really see it here because the head's in the way and the ear's blocking it, and so you can't really see how, you know, maybe they have a little bit of fur under the chin that would be obstructed because of the angle, or, you know, just the overall thickness and the posture. Everyone's just wondering about that. Now, I think this could look really good or really bad, depending. I think even the mane is a little weird. Like, this section right here where it, like, you know, obviously, like, there's a little poof out of hair, then it dives down again, and then it goes and poofs out again. I think it's fine, but it is a little weird because everyone's kind of used to, like, just, like, a consistent mane. Then it would just go up and then down, and it would all be even. It looks a bit weird, but it also looks like for once they used cards instead of the fur shader to do like these long strands of hair. And so that is possible that it could actually interact with the animations. Like, it could be some of the best looking hair we've seen if they weighted the vertices correctly, because it is geometry. So that is possible, and I'm interested. The tail looks phenomenal, for instance. I think the tail looks excellent. The actual texture on the stripes and stuff, I think, could be a little bit better. It's a little bit like, you know, they just did a quick once over with the paint, you know, thing. But obviously they have that newer technique of like creating like the individual strands of hair that they've been doing. I would say for the last 4 packs, give or take, that's been looking really good. I think around since Europe. And I think the face looks okay. I know some people have been saying the face doesn't look like a striped hyena. It actually does, in my opinion. I think, you know, some people are like, it needs to be slightly fatter or slightly whatever. I think it looks fine. You know, the base game spotted hyena looks like garbage. So, like, in my opinion, this looks at minimum equal to the spotted hyena quality. But I'm gonna reserve judgment until I see it fully in game. Because again, this has the you can already tell, and people are going to be upset by this. It definitely still uses the canine animations. So like this is the same pose that the wolf has and stuff. So I can see how this is going to be a bit janky, but I'm gonna, like I said, pass judgment only after we actually get to see this in-game, looking around. Ideally, like, head facing forward so that I can see a clear side profile of it before passing judgment. But initial reaction, yeah, Jen's mod is slightly better. But, let's talk about what I really think is the draw of this, which is the grass. So you get a very good look at all the new dead grass and stuff, and it looks phenomenal. Like, I love this new grass. Obviously, I don't know the species. I'm not a botanist, but it looks really good. All of the grass in this pack so far has been amazing looking. So I'm very, very excited about that. But let me know what you guys think about the hyena. I know there's some hyena people out there that, have opinions. But I'm curious, because again, are you going to pass judgment only after we get a second look at, like, another screenshot or video or something? Or, do you think that you feel confident that this screenshot demonstrates what it should look like? Let me know. But the second animal I feel like is a lot less controversial. We got this little teaser, and it's like, oh no, what could it possibly be? Is this the wildebeest? I don't know. And then about, recently, we got, here's the Bennett's Wallaby. I'm going to call it the Bennett's Wallaby. I know they call it ring-necked, but I'm always going to call it Bennett's. It looks pretty good. I think the posture looks really good. I think the fur looks good. I was a bit worried when I first saw the tail, like right here, that it was going to be a little bit too orange, because Bennett's Wallabies are mostly gray. And you can definitely tell that there is a bit more red in it than, I think they really took the red-necked wallaby thing, at face value, and so they made the neck pretty red relative. But I am glad that the majority of the body is actually quite gray. And it looks really good. Like, I think, hands down, this is going to be the new, rig to, like, Leaf is going to have to absolutely remake all the wallabies. And arguably, I'd say this is a better rig for a gray kangaroo mod as well, just because of how it's actually positioned and posture-wise and proportion-wise. So I think this might be the way to go. But I think it looks really, really good. So this is definitely... It's been a good pack, So far, the majority of animals have been really good looking. I highly doubt they can mess up the caracal that much. I know they have a track record for, like, bad looking cats, but I'd be really surprised if they somehow messed up the caracal to a really bad extent, especially after, like, the situation with the leopard. Like, I'd hope they'd be like, okay, listen, people were upset with sad eyes, so just make sure you don't give it sad eyes, make sure you don't give it creepy smile like the lion, and we should have an okay looking caracal. But I am curious on what the next few days are going to be. I feel like it's going to be a wash, I feel like, obviously, the majority of this week is just going to be repeat animals, so we're probably going to see the wildebeest again, we're probably going to see the emu again, we're probably going to see the armadillo again. But I am glad that they had just dropped the two animals that, let's face it, everyone wanted to see, the hyena and the wallaby. And then if they did the caracal and the butterflies next, who cares, then everyone will be all set. But, do you guys like the wallaby? Maybe you like the hyena but didn't like the wallaby. Let me know. Because I am curious how everyone's taking this pack so far. I think it's pretty good, I think for animal packs it's about as good as you can get. I think the main draw that's going to save this pack in the eyes of the community is going to be the plants, because the free update, I didn't really talk about it in my last video. It's kind of lacking. It's the diorama thing is cool, I guess, if you're, Rudy and Leaf. That's cool. It's neat. And then the tour guide thing, cool in theory, but it's basically going to be like one of the other educator or keeper talk things where it's neat. We'll have a video, where, Leaf or Rudy or something at 5 a.m. on the day that it comes out are going to, post a video being like, checking out the new guest thing. Everyone will look at it and be like, yeah, that's cool, and then never use it in their actual zoos. So, I think it's gonna be like a situation like that where the saving grace of this pack might be just the actual foliage and the animals themselves. So, we will see. I am excited. I think, I love striped hyenas. It's one of the better African Adventure Zoo Tycoon animals. And I am really excited about the Bennett's Wallaby, just because I love wallabies. And I am glad that we don't have to settle anymore for a weird, deformed red kangaroo wallaby. So I am happy that we have an official wallaby that we can use. But thank you all for watching today's video, and I will see you all next time. Thank you very much. Bye.